and welcome to Subtracting Integers. Let's take a few moments to recall what integers are. Think number line numbers, positive numbers, negative numbers, and the number 0. Integers are not fractions. Integers are not decimals. So the best way to remember integers, picture a number line, negatives, positives, and the number 0. Let's spend some time reviewing adding integers with the same sign. We learned a fun little song. The song said, same sign, add and keep. So if we have 62 plus 19, ask yourself, what operation am I doing? 62 plus 19, I'm doing addition. Are my signs the same or are they different? This is a positive 62, this is a positive 19. So we're going to add our two numbers together. 62 and 19 is 81. And we're going to ask ourselves, are they both positive or both negative? Positive 62, positive 19. Your answer is positive 81. Let's try one with negative numbers. Negative 34 plus negative 78. Ask yourself, what operation am I doing? I have negative 34 and negative 78. I'm adding them together. What sign is your 34? The negative integer. What sign is your 78? The negative integer. Same signs, add and keep. So we're going to add 34, we're going to add 78, which gives us 112. And we're going to keep the sign. If you went down 34 steps and then you went down 78 steps, then you've gone down a total of 112 steps. Let's practice adding integers with different signs. That was the second part of our song. For the same sign, same signs, add and keep. For different signs, subtract. Take the sign of the bigger one, and you will be exact. Okay, let's practice those. 62 plus negative 19. So ask yourself those questions we talked about. This is an adding problem. This is a positive 62. This is a negative 19. So we're adding integers that have different signs. Same signs, add and keep. Different signs, subtract. Take the sign of the bigger one, and you will be exact. So over to the side, do 62 minus 19. We're just taking the number. This would be called absolute value. We're just taking the number, not worrying about the signs at this time. 62 minus 19 is 43. So write 43. Now ask yourself, would you rather have $62? $19? I'd rather have $62. 62 is a positive integer, so your answer is going to be a positive integer. Let's try another one. Negative 78 plus 34. Negative 78 plus 34. Same signs, add and keep. Different signs, subtract. Take the sign of the bigger one. You will be exact. This is an adding problem. Negative 78, positive 34. So we're going to show our work elsewhere. 78 minus 34. We're just going to take the numbers, the absolute value of each integer, subtract. This gives you 44. So your answer is going to be 44, but ask yourself, would you rather have 78 days of summer vacation or only 34 days of summer vacation? Same. Negative 78 is bigger, absolute value-wise, than positive 34. So we're going to keep the sign of the bigger one. Your answer would be negative 44. Okay, good job. Okay, now let's learn about subtracting integers. To subtract integers, we are going to add the opposite. Add the opposite. Okay, I'm going to walk you through this. But when you see a subtraction sign, I want you to add the opposite. So we'll do an example together. Negative 3 minus 2. If you were to read this problem out loud, you would read -3 minus 2. Some of you can do this in your head, no problem. But if you're just learning to subtract integers, let me walk you through steps that will help you every single time. This problem says -3 minus 2. When you see this word minus, or say this word minus, I want you to think add the opposite. You're going to keep your first number exactly the same. Your first integer needs to stay exactly the same. And then we're going to change our subtraction to a plus. And then we're going to take the opposite of our second integer. We're going to take the opposite of our second integer. This is a positive 2. It's -3 minus positive 2. The opposite of positive 2 is -2. So now we have -3 plus -2. We have -3 and -2. You know how to add integers. -3 plus -2. Same signs, add and keep. We're going to add the 3 and the 2 together, and we'll keep our sign. Let's try another one. 6 minus 12. 6 minus 12. This is a subtraction problem. We just said 6 minus 12. Keep your first integer exactly the same. 6. We're going to change the subtraction problem into an addition problem. And then we're going to take the opposite of our second integer. This problem says 6 minus 12. What kind of 12 is this? It's a positive 12. What's the opposite of positive 12? Negative 12. So now we have an addition problem, which we are very proficient in. 6 plus -12. Different signs, subtract. 12 minus 6 is 6. Take the sign of the bigger one, and you will be exact. 12 is bigger than 6, so we'll take the sign of our 12, which is negative. This is subtracting integers. You're just going to add the opposite. Let's try a few more. You try this one. 13 minus -12. This is a subtraction problem. Keep your first integer exactly the same. Change your subtraction into a plus sign. What is the opposite of -12? Positive 12. Same signs, add and keep. 13 plus 12 is 25. 13 is positive. 12 is positive. So your answer is going to be positive. Let's do another. -25 minus 25. It is very important that you do these problems showing work. Don't jump to a conclusion. You want to make sure you are being accurate every time. Keep your first integer exactly the same. -25. Exactly the same. Change your subtraction to an addition. Take the opposite of the second number. This is a positive integer. We're going to do the -25. And now we have -25 plus -25. Same signs, add and keep. So 25 and 25 is 50. This is a negative integer. This is a negative integer. So we have to keep the negative sign. -25 minus 25 is -50. Okay, let's keep going. -15 minus 6. Read the problem out loud. It will help. -15 minus 6. What operation am I doing? This is a subtraction problem. How do I subtract integers? I add the opposite. Keep your first integer exactly the same. Change your subtraction to a plus. Take the opposite of the second integer. Same signs, add and keep. -15 plus -6 is -21. Did you get that one right? Good job. One more. 8 minus 13. When you read this problem out loud, 8 minus 13. What type of problem is this? It's a subtraction problem. How do you subtract integers? Add the opposite. Keep your first integer exactly the same. Change your subtraction to a plus sign. Take the opposite of your second integer. These are not the same sign. We're adding integers with different signs. Different signs subtract. 13 minus 8 is 5. Take the sign of the bigger one, 13, and you will be exact. 8 minus 13 is the same as 8 plus negative 13, which is equal to negative 5. Okay, great job. Just remember, ask yourself what operation you're doing and follow the rules. Great job.